News now on 102.1 WALT Meridian.
I'm Cash Matlock with Queen City News Feed. Here's what's happening. Lauderdale County Coroner Stella McMahon confirmed Thursday that 79-year-old John Culpepper has died from injuries sustained in an alleged hit-and-run incident that occurred on Tuesday. Culpepper, a partner at the CPA firm Culpepper and Culpepper, was involved in the accident, which took place off King Road at approximately 12:58 p.m. Meridian police are seeking the public's assistance in identifying individuals captured in a photo related to the incident. Authorities encourage anyone with information to contact the Meridian Police Department or call Crime Stoppers to provide anonymous tips. Emergency personnel responded to the 6,000 block of St. Louis Street after a tractor reportedly ran into a power line. The accident caused a grass fire in the area. Meridian Fire Department was on scene, as well as officials with Mississippi Power. The driver of the tractor is said to be okay. There were reports of 2 power poles down at that time. The Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience, otherwise known as the MAX, will honor acclaimed author Eudora Welty on December 5th with an upscale dinner featuring renowned chef Robert St. John and a screening of the new documentary Eudora. The event will kick off at 5:30 p.m. with a showing of the 56-minute documentary at the MSU Raleigh Center Historic Theater. I'm Cash Matlock with Queen City News Feed. Follow us on Facebook or visit our website. And if you'd like to send in a tip, you can email tips@queencitynewsfeed.com.
The local voice of Meridian is here. Now, back to more mornings in Meridian on News Talk 102.1 WALT. And good morning, everybody. Good Friday morning. It's the 25th of October, inching one more day closer to Election Day. Roger here, along with my own human clock. Say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Rob had to step out for a minute.
Oh, we got Tuscaloosa Ted here.
Well, me and you haven't had a chat in a while.
Boy, well, you know,
I'm going to say the reason that is because we lost 2 ball games and you haven't been here, so you're the jinx.
Uh-oh.
You're the jinx, so that means we're going to succeed tomorrow.
Is it going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who are you playing tomorrow there?
We're playing Missouri tomorrow. The Tigers. They're not real Tigers, Missouri. Get that mess out of here.
Well, excuse me, Tuscaloosa Ted, but really, what's an elephant? I mean, you know.
It's a mighty animal. It will roll you over like a tide is going to roll tomorrow.
Very good.
All right. Be at my place barbecue tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow. Did you ever get that rust patch fix on your pickup truck, or is it still that finish happening?
Waiting for the check to come in.
Oh, I don't think you can insure rust.
Well, we're going to claim in anyway.
You still doing scratch offs, though, right?
Yes, sir. Down there at the quick stop on the corner.
There you go, right through the corner. There you go.
All right. Darn tootin'.
Well, folks, you and Tuscaloosa Ted can catch Alabama football right here on this station.
Always tuned in. Got it in my ears while I'm watching the game on television.
Isn't that cool?
It's amazing.
Yeah. Now, we're in hunting season here just about. So are you going to be out in the woods listening to the game, or how are you going to do that?
No, I will postpone hunting for Saturday just for the tide.
Okay.
That's our Sunday.
You're aren't you a religious man?
Darn right.
Look at you. God bless you, brother.
God bless Saban too. He needs to come back. This DeBoer fellow starting to bore me.
Oh! He just smacked him. Oh,
You're welcome.
you're welcome. Yeah, get me off to the start on Sunday, on Friday here. I don't know what we're
I know
talking
you
about.
hadn't had a dose of that. in a
I
while,
have
so-
not had a dose of Tuscaloosa Ted, so I like that character. I really do. Good guy. I think he and I could be neighbors.
So, well, I don't know.
Distant neighbors.
Distant neighbors.
I'd like about 20 acres between us, but, we had somebody request that we open the show with another song this morning because
Yes.
they're kind of getting down with all this political rhetoric and hate for Trump. So they were wanting to know if we could play this Patriot Nation music, The Grit and Glory. True Grit and Glory.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Is it all right if I just do that?
I like it.
All right, let's just pretend like we're opening the show right
Okay,
here.
all right.
Here we go.
Take it.
From the broken hill to the open plain, where the heart of Dixie cloudy rains, with a spirit's cold and a will to fight, we stand together shining bright through the fire of the pain and the shining light, with the faith of those who came before us. About the just truth and we stand for all day. And those that we don't about these things. So yes, we tell our story of a land that belongs to truth and
Oh, get the Patriot blood. One would say. All right, there you go. That's Becky out there listening. I hope she's out there listening this morning, since she's the one that messed with it. But anyway, that's good music out there right now. Well, there's a lot of good patriotic songs out there for these campaign rallies.
Yeah.
Let's see. I heard that. I know what I heard. I heard from Hillary Clinton.
Wow, you talk with her?
I heard from Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
That Trump is going to replicate the 1939 fascist rally in Madison Square Garden up in New York City.
What, are you scared he's going to pack the place out or something?
And I'm sitting there listening to Hillary Clinton say this. I said, "Are you serious? Are you completely serious?"
This is their last card to play. This is the last card to play right here.
It's not just the nonsense that's flowing out of their mouth. It's the idea that they must know that there's a huge part of their voting bloc that will soak that up like a dry sponge or like a bounty towel.
But
The quicker
depends on what your budget is, what you like to purchase.
That's right. I mean, did you hear that on Fox?
I did.
What was your response to that?
Not surprised. I mean, folks, just listen to the words she uses, the media uses. They all get the same talking points, and they all have been told, say fascism, fascist, Hitler, all of this other kind of stuff, because the campaign has turned from the campaign of joy and happiness to now we're going to go back to that fear-mongering card that we did back when Biden was running out of the base. This is the last play right here. And of course, she's supposed to have her big closing argument speech on Tuesday, Ms. Harris. And I'm like, that'll be a week out, and it's going to be the grand closing argument. Is it going to be that?
Right.
The fear in the hearts of Americans here. So,
well, and then as I'm looking at Hillary, and on the screen there, she's saying this. These words are literally coming out. I don't think this is AI. I think this is the real deal. I think she looks that bad, and she sounds that bad, and she's talking this gibberish, and I'm thinking, thank goodness she lost the election in 2016.
I don't think she still believes she lost the election.
Well, I know. I realize that. She probably hasn't accepted that. Anyway, let's talk about this, that, and the other thing. We're going to also have a visit today from Ann McKee. Is going to be coming in and talking about a program coming up here soon regarding railroad. I'm looking forward to that. And your calls as well. Our number here is 601-485-9191. We're going to get to the phones, but we're going to tell you about John before and his team down at Battery One Source.
Battery One Source right there at North Frontage Road, 693-1500. Of course, they do everything you can imagine with batteries, but don't forget they also do golf cart service and repair down there at Battery One Source. And these cell phones, I actually saw someone at a ball game the other night drop their phone right there on the court at volleyball, didn't have a case on it. And guess what, Roger? They ended up with a small crack at the top of the screen. I said, well, simple solution for you. You need to go down to Battery One Source. They were like, really? They do cell phone repair? I said, yes, they do. Said is the expert down there. They'll get you squared away and take a look at it for you. And, of course, they also have the batteries for your watches, remote cell phones, the battery tenders, maintainers, cables. They got it all there. And sometimes you just may not need a new battery. There'll be a little bit of life left in that automobile battery, and they'll let you know. They're not going to try to push something on you and make you spend a lot of money. They're going to give you they're going to give you great customer service and save you the dollars in the process, and that's what makes them the best in town. So they're going to be opening up the doors here at about 8 o'clock this morning. They'll be there at 4:30 this afternoon. Go by and see them at 2618 North Frontage Road here in Meridian. That is John Dufour and his awesome staff at Battery One Source.
To the phones we go. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning.
Hey.
I got one question, really. But, y'all talking about that Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sold out 3 hours.
Of course. Yep.
3 hours.
That might have been the one thing. That might have been the very one thing that would have drawn me back to New York City.
to go to that.
But other than that, I don't see it.
Yeah.
But y'all had a job yesterday morning, and I was really interested in going to the tour.
Yeah.
Seeing equipment.
Yeah.
Can y'all tell me what time?
Oh gosh. Did she ever give us a specific time? I know it's gonna be chef keys down there. So. Around since I lost a lot of memory. Yeah, you're pulling Biden this morning. So,
you just stay there, you dog face pony soldier. You just be there.
You just get on there with push up.
Well, I'm really interested to listen to her.
Yeah.
I thought go up supper that night and listen to her sing. And
Yeah.
I just wondering what time it was.
I'll see if there's anything on the old Facebook anywhere.
Rob,
I'll see if I can find this.
Rob,
yes, sir.
do you realize we could be speaking right now to Joe's very first groupie?
Wow.
This is history in the making. History in the making.
Respect for your guest on this program.
What is that?
Respect for him.
Well, I know you do, and this could be Joe's first groupie right here. So we want to make sure this works for you. Yeah, maybe she'll be listening and call in and give us a time frame. Or worse, if she told us yesterday and we didn't pick up on it, then she'll get on to us for not listening.
Y'all aren't paying attention. Typical man.
Maybe I'll call Shepherds and ask them, I guess.
Well, there you go.
Well, now there you go. Good. And if you get see what they say.
And I'm on my way to work, and like I said, I couldn't hang into y'all's interview yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get out and go do the work thing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't listen to y'all.
So wait a minute, you were driving to work yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you're a Trump voter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those people are going to work.
I'm going to get so beat up.
I am the best Trump voter you will ever see.
Really? What makes you the best?
I'm in all the way.
100%.
100%.
Do you think it's as do you think it's as close as the media is telling you it is right now?
Well, it's kind of discouraging a little bit, but I can't see how it could be this big up close. I really don't. This woman's dumb as rock. I ain't got a thing against a woman president, but she's not the right one.
Did you?
She's not the right one. Condoleezza Rice would be a very good president.
She would have had my vote.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Tulsi Gabbard would have my vote.
Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She would have my vote.
Yes. But she talks with good sense. I would vote for her.
And that little puppy slayer up in North Dakota, what's her name?
Oh, Christy Nome?
Yeah. I don't know. What was this? What was the controversy she had?
Yeah, it was a long story.
Yeah.
Well,
Dog or something that I don't know.
I was going to ask you, caller, did you see where Mel Gibson was? The actor the actor Mel Gibson, who's made a lot of great movies. Of course, he directed Passion of the Christ several years ago. He was walking.
All these people that are standing up for Kamala Harris.
No,
and this thing is a communist.
No, I'm going to.
Yeah, wait for it. Wait for me to finish the Mel Gibson point here. He did not support Harris. He was walking through an airport yesterday, and he basically said Harris has got the IQ of a fence post. So that tells you where Mel Gibson is voting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But all these people that are going for her, they are communists. They don't want America to rise. They're rich. They don't care.
You obviously didn't get the memo that Trump is a threat to democracy.
And he's a fascist.
That's not. I know what to do. That's all
I like George on that.
Democracy is a damn Democrat party. They want to take our freedom of speech away. They want to take our guns away. They don't want us. They want to tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. HEWL. With that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if they really want to take our guns away, or if they really want to take our voice away, or they just want to remain in power so they can keep getting the money that they're able to get from all these different sources.
They really want to take it away. And all these big-minded people, I don't understand. I just don't understand how they can vote for somebody like that. I see it in a way. All it is giveaway.
Yeah. Well, here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts when you say you're voting. Okay, let's just say you're going to vote Democrat. What you're really voting for, and that's and I'm all for whoever you want to vote for. This is the greatest country in the world. Freedom to vote for whoever you want. Please do it. Get out and vote for who you would like. However, keep in mind, if we have had, will you agree that we had 2 terms of Barack Obama?
Yeah.
All right. Now, would you agree to the? Would you? Wait for it. Yeah. See, would you agree that Obama was influencing the party heavily during Biden's administration?
Yeah. So
really, do you believe that Obama would be influencing the Harris administration heavily?
Well, most definitely.
All right. So therefore, what you're really voting for on the Democrat side is the 4th term of Barack Obama.
Exactly. And then that way, they can really make some changes.
Fundamentally change America.
But they couldn't do it with Biden.
We're going to fundamentally change America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Obama here. Hey.
Let me tell you something.
Right now. Hey.
If you're a black man, you're not going to vote for Kamala Harris. You need to have hands him.
Yeah, that's right. You're not right. You don't block your mouth tomorrow. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
You know, if I were, I can't speak for that though, but I would just say I could see. Let me put it this way: I could see where a lot of black men could be offended by what happened on the campaign trail the last couple of weeks.
They were offended last week when Obama went up and said, "You're something if you're gonna vote for Kamala Harris."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and you know what? And another thing I don't get is that here Trump, when his 4 years as president, we had peace, we had more money in our pocket, everything was going good. We didn't have shelves empty. We didn't have all this other crap going on, and we don't have this transgender crap. Them some sick people.
Yeah.
When they want to be a woman, a man wants to be a woman, that's a sick individual.
When a man turns into a woman.
But you know, we live in America, and
I'm rewriting a song from the 70s.
own opinion,
Okay.
and everybody's free.
There you go.
And everybody's free.
No.
Right now.
Good call.
Right now.
Right now.
If Kamala Harris gets in there,
Hmm?
you might as well put your head between your legs and kiss your
Oh man, you're like that's pretty strong talk.
I hope Harris is listening. I hope Harris is
You're trying to prime the pump, aren't you? All right.
We're getting the appetizer.
All right, get to the caller coming behind you, but thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for y'all's program.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Missed that other call. That's fine. We'll just keep on trying.
It's interesting you talked about government handouts. Did you see the chart that Fox and Friends had earlier this morning? Talked about government assistance. Did you see that this morning?
No, I didn't see that. Yeah.
In 1970, less than percent of Americans were on some type of government assistance.
Mm-hmm. 1%.
Fast forward the clock to 2022, 53% of the entire nation in the United States is on some sort of government assistance, getting a check from the government.
Now, have they gone to including Social Security in that those figures? I mean, I'm trying to think how you could possibly be 53%.
That's what they had up there this morning, according to
the
U.S.
Look at that chart.
53%.
Well, how about that?
So,
let's take a phone call here. Mornings in Meridian. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
I also want to thank you for having this show. I am very glad that the show is available to people who want to call.
Good.
Yeah, because you get to be a part of it.
Now then, I bet that doesn't include Social Security.
No.
I bet that the years we've been saying that sooner or later there's going to be more people wagging and pulling.
Yep. And that was just in 2022. Can you imagine what it's like right now?
Well, it's been the way that Pong will sit on their rib more able to work than y'all, myself and y'all, because they sit back and draw a check and be just as sorry and worthless as they can be. But Roger, they do want to take the guns. The fundamental change that Obama was talking about, you ain't even got a clue what that means. None of us do. It's a lot worse than what it is right now. And we can't have our guns if he's going to make that kind of change that he wants to make. Because we'd get out there and shoot somebody if they want to, when they finish doing what they want to do with us, dictatorships and everything else. So, guys, a couple of quick points. When you raise taxes on the corporation, what do they do?
Well, they've got to pass the cost. Any cost that happens in the production of any goods or services has to be passed along to the consumer.
Exactly.
To the consumer, the middle class consumer. So if you're dumb enough to believe that lie, then go right ahead. Price gouging in grocery stores. There's no such thing. There's too many places to get it from. Too many businesses making that particular product to be price gouging. This is a lie that Kamala is telling people. There is no price gouging going on. There's still too much competition. So another lie. Now then, the last point is, if Kamala has never yet once said she was going to stop illegal coming into this country. She's talked all the way around it. Under this administration, 4 years, they say 10 to 12. I think it's more like 50 million have come in. Under her presidency, it's going to be even more open. How many will come in under her presidency? Yeah, and they said yesterday we have the highest enforced limits of illegals coming into this country and the lowest deportation rate ever.
Yeah.
They are kicking nobody out. You will kick nobody out. So if that's the America you want to live in, of course we know hopefully we stay here in Mississippi and we preaching to a choir.
But you can't take that for granted, though, because if everybody thinks they're safe in Mississippi and they stay home, that changes the game immensely.
Man, I would to get out and have the chance to go out and vote for a man who took a bullet to the ear, who was centimeters from dying just so he could. But he's all selfish and everything. Hey, did y'all hear Kamala yesterday talk about Trump is losing his mind? He's deranged. He's going crazy every day. But for 4 years, you didn't notice that with Biden.
Yeah, I wish you'd have given us the warning on Biden a little earlier than she did.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good
Thank
call. Thank you. Appreciate you being out there.
Yeah, and she said he didn't have any stamina or energy, and he is just slowing down. It doesn't look like he's slowing down to me.
He's slowing down.
He's everywhere.
He's given more rallies. He's done more interviews. He's got. Let me tell you what, Kamala. If you're going to start making accusations about slowing down, let's just look and see all the things you've done over the last 3.6 years. Whew. Let's take a minute. I'll tell you who has stamina.
Yes.
He ain't slowing down.
Yes.
Billy Adam Calvert.
Oh, absolutely, folks.
Southern Business Supply.
Got a wonderful business down at Dale Drive in Marion. Of course, they're going to be opening up the doors coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. If you need your office supplies, get them with Southern Business Supplies. You can actually shop online. Our good buddy Charles Frazier does that over at southernbusinesssupply.com. Check that inventory. They can make that delivery for you. And it's not just office supplies down at Southern Business. They also have janitorial supplies, office furniture, home office furniture. They got those desk chairs, filing cabinets, and they even have a snazzy in-house decorator that can help you out if you really want to swag out your office there, make it look really nice. And of course, we got a showroom there with all of that office furniture and artwork and lamps. And you can check out everything down there at Southern Business Supply. And they offer next day delivery on most office and janitorial supply items as well. So call them today at 601-485-2447. That is 601-485-2447. And we always say this about supporting local. When you buy local, the money stays right here in our backyard. So say no to the big box stores and give a big thumbs up yes to Southern Business Supply, because I promise you, you're going to see those local businesses. You'd much rather see them on your outfield walls at the ball games than Amazon. They're not going to be up there. You're not going to buy local like that. It's going to be Southern Business Supply.
Hello, this is Amazon. Can I help you? Yes, I'm with the West Lauderdale Knights. Would like to. Hello, this is Amazon. Can I help you? Yeah, I'm with the Southeast Tigers, and we'd like to. I love it. You know, that could be a very fine PSA.
Yeah.
For local businesses.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. We just got on something here.
Yep.
You know, we blew through a break here. I got a caller on the phone, so let's take the call. We'll play catch up on the break.
It'll be campaign for a minute. We're good.
601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Hey, you want to go to the break?
No. We want to go to you.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, good morning, Jim.
My man on the street. How you doing?
All right, man. Listen, that guy that you're first calling, man. Hey, he says a pussy, man. I'm the most believer in Donald Trump. Now,
now it's going to be a battle for who the biggest believer.
Who's the biggest fan of Donald Trump? That's the big fan playoff here this morning.
That's right. He started out with a pay up this morning. But anyway, listen. Have you noticed anyone prominent Democrat that's in office now that's standing up, coming out for Harris? Can you name me one?
Oh, that's in office right now.
Big time Democrat that has come out and and Sam.
Ooh, this is huge.
Now you think about it.
I know one. Tim Walz.
Is he actually in office now? Where he's from?
Yeah, he's the governor of
he's the current governor of Minnesota.
Yeah, but I'm not in the senator anybody. Pelosi or any.
You're talking about inside the circle. You're talking about somebody inside the circle. Yeah.
Active, right. So you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have. That's a good question. I can't think of it.
Well, the only problem with the folks we're talking about, Pelosi and all them, they haven't been active in general in a long time. We're talking about actually walking straight and being, I'm not mean to go that way, like actually being active in general. So swamp creatures seem to slug around a little bit.
She had one dug up Liz Cheney, who's never really been a true Republican, and Kelly, he used to be low, and he get anger right now. He's gonna make it, man, really. So you can tell you can't trust him all the way.
I like the fact you just highlighted something. The people that have been most visible are the has-beens. The Obama, the Hillary, the Liz Cheney, who we know is a rhino anyway.
Liz Cheney's only mad because she got her rear end beat by 30 points in her home state. And then she was on that January 6th committee and she made herself look like a fool. So she's only I'm going to get payback on Trump. Well, okay, darling, go right ahead.
Mm-hmm. Because Trump done called out her papa, and her thing was she wasn't going on the committee to get to the bottom of whatever happened. She was on the committee to make sure that she can tie down Trump to what happened. She is a crook all the way around.
Well,
she's a crook. Tip Daddy, and then Tip Daddy, the Rock Hussein Obama, he gonna jump out there and say, "Oh, y'all brothers, y'all listen to me now. I'm in charge now. Y'all better do what I say."
Yes, Mr. Boss Man.
Yeah. I mean, who do they think? I can't say what I want to say to the family show, but listen, who do they think that is?
All right, let me, my man on the street. Let me ask you this: Do you talk with some other men of color who agree with you?
Oh yeah. Hey, he ain't studying Barack Obama. He gonna come out of his being of gold and come down here just little peasant and try to instruct us. He could get on back up there where he's at. That's what I'm saying.
Whoa.
Yeah, listen. Only Hollywood and those kind of people listen to people like this. Yeah. All the black people out here, we ain't listening. We trying to survive out here, and we can't survive on what y'all say because y'all got money. No matter what happens, we got money. Look who's out here talking that talk to us, man. Steve Harvey, A.L. Hoodley, Ricky Smiley, and all of them, and don't forget the New York girl, the do right thing guy, Spike Lee. Who are you? Go back to acting, man. We don't want to hear that.
Just do what you do.
Go do what you do and hush. I love it. Well, they want to.
They ask us, we listen to them. No, sir. We know what's happening. We are not idiots and follow their, even Al Sharpton and all that. When them even after the campaign no more.
Well, you sir are a breath of fresh air, and I appreciate you checking in with us today.
Well, we appreciate the program and y'all hang in there. And first man to call this morning, he was not another one to support us.
I got it. Love it. All right. Good deal.
All right, man. Good.
He was not the number one Trump supporter. Oh, gosh. I mean, that says a lot right there. That call says a lot.
It does.
It's like, the desperation they show. And here's what this is what I cannot get my mind around is that this is we're trying to get to the point exactly where Dr. Martin Luther King wanted us to be, and that is where we judge everybody on their character, not the color of their skin. But yet you're hearing now from the Democrat Party that the color of the skin matters in this election.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
I can't disagree with you.
601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show. Well, good morning.
Good morning to American Patriots.
Well, our first caller primed the pump, and here we go. The water's flowing.
Well, I heard the spot about Battery One Source 2.
Yeah.
Well, don't be a dumb money now. Cold weather's coming. Cold weather's coming, and your battery's going to let you down like a cheap lawn care.
That's right.
We need to let Haz cut the commercial for Battery One Source.
Can I have the copyright for the book on Hazisms?
Absolutely.
I'll take it with the garlic milkshake. There you
This
go.
comparison to Trump, to Uncle Adolf, Hitler. Now, the deals he was talking about Hillary, and by the way, I'm proud to be a deplorable.
I know you are.
Yes.
I'm right there beside you, soldier.
But the Nazi flag and American flags hung side by side in Madison Square Garden. In fact, they marched in the streets with Nazi uniforms and Nazi armies on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a group called the American Bund, UND, German Americans that did not want war with Germany.
Yeah.
And a very influential aviator was part of that group, Charles Lindbergh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so if Trump's going to be the new Hitler, I want to be the new deputy right hero. And I'm not going to fly to England like Hess did. No. But, here it is. Now, he's a fascist. Well, you're a socialist communist, you twit. And Hillary, how relevant is Hillary? And just an old bitter hag, like all them demon cats. Just an old bitter hag. Maybe it's time for you to drink the hemlock, Hillary.
Ooh.
Yeah, and set yourself free. But here it is. They will do anything for power. Lie, cheat, steal, voting irregularities, none of that. Illegally here, but yet they want them to vote and have the same constitutional protections and rights as a real American citizen. Now look at the platform. They've never pinned Harris down on any issue. Word salad comes out. Tell us what you're going to do, and look at Trump. What Trump did. He's already got a provable track record.
But now, in all fairness, I don't want to stop you, but I just want to interject this. In all fairness, she did say what she's going to do. She's going to try, and this is what she's saying, she's going to try to get new home buyers $25,000 to buy their first home. Now, what that will do.
Where's that money coming from? Is it going to come from the same deal that bailed out the student loan?
And that's going to all
be from the same pile of money.
And that will drive up the cost of housing. That's going to drive up the cost of housing. She did say that she's going to make those big, rich, evil corporations pay their fair share.
Well, I want to ask everybody out there in the sound of my voice, have you ever known a poor person that built a factory and gave people jobs? No. But yet we're going to penalize the people that are productive and doing right, obeying the law, and producing good products and a good conscientious American. We're going to penalize them to give it to the most worthless scum of the earth.
And I invite people to look up Charles Payne. Is that the economist?
Oh, yeah, sharp guy.
Charles Payne will lay out for you just how much the wealthiest in this country are paying in taxes versus the middle class and the poor. So,
how much are the people in the project paying? How much are people on welfare paying?
Well, I mean, the point is,
now there's not enough people pulling on the rope. There's a lot of people riding the rope.
Yeah. I just want to interject that. So in that respect, she has said what she wants to do. In addition to her salad.
And she's a socialist communist, just like all these demon cats. No, and like I said, if Trump's going to be the new Hitler, I want to be the right hand man. I want to be the deputy right here. Herb
Mm.
Burke, I hear the Russian front is beautiful this time of year.
No, don't send me. Don't send me.
Oh man.
I'm glad I wasn't in Germany that time. That would have been a good Nazi.
Oh,
I just want to be in charge of Stalag 13.
Oh,
good Lord.
Hogan? Hogan?
they're desperate, man. They're desperate. They're just shooting at shadows. And they're always talking about Trump and his inflammatory rhetoric.
Oh, my.
What about them? Does
That is-
anybody ever call them down?
He's a danger to democracy. Somebody better do something.
Oh, yeah. Well, the demon cats are a danger to creation.
Wow.
They're a curse on humanity, and they are a damnation to America.
Hmm.
But I'm proud to be a deplorable Hillary, you beast, because you're one of God's most damnable. Roger that.
Mm.
Well, with that,
I love Hillary. I love.
go back to taking care of Bill in his winter year.
I love Hillary.
I love Hillary.
I love Hillary.
I love the taillights of her car when she's driving out the driveway. That's what I love.
Yeah, I stay awake all the time.
Morning, hit Meridian. We do need to take a break, but we'll take some more calls when we come back. Yes. Captain Swimming. Don't forget Gopher. And all the Doc. But the singer of this song, Jack Jones, we're doing this for him.
Yeah, passed away yesterday. 86 years old.
Oh, Jack, thank you for that great tune. That revolutionized the cruise industry. People thought they were going to be going on these cruises around the Caribbean and the Atlantic and Pacific, thinking they were going to see all these wonderful, pretty, sexy women. But instead, just bars and restaurants and no. Okay, never mind. I don't know. I'll take that back.
Well,
a lot of people go on cruises and enjoy them, and they're not bad. Don't call in.
ABC has a new show called Dr. Odyssey, where it's kind of a premise of the Love Boat. Where
I saw previews for that.
Pretty good. We've gotten into it, and
that's with
Don Johnson.
He
plays the captain. He's actually really good.
I need to check into that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's Odyssey.
Yeah, Dr. Odyssey.
Dr. Odyssey.
Yeah.
The Love Boat. All right, we've got a caller on the line here at Meridian. The name is let's see. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Let's take a phone call. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for holding.
I was listening to. I got in yesterday. I'm listening to you guys.
Yes.
Gentleman running against Roger Wicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ty Pinkin.
I was just wondering if in that conversation before I was listening, did anyone ask this guy what we're going to do to address the $35 trillion that we're in debt, or even that we would do something, even with the debt clock that's clicking every day, that we would just stop that clock and start paying something on the principal, or even not only him, but if anybody has the opportunity to ask Roger Wicker what the process is going to be to start paying the debt in the United States. So,
I haven't heard anybody in the campaign, whether they're Senate or presidential. I've not heard much about what's going to happen with the debt clock here.
You're exactly right. Listen, it's not going to be an outside entity that's going to come in and destroy the United States. It's going to be our debt.
Well,
because you guys get the chance to ask questions.
Yeah.
It might not. But the next time we probably ask this guy or any of them.
Yeah.
What are we thinking we're going to do about $35 trillion in debt?
Well, and the good news is we've had a nice inflationary period, which makes that value lessen a little bit, and so we can be able to pay some of that down with some inflated dollars. But maybe that's why they have these periods of inflation.
Hey guys, I just thought I'd ask you to know maybe next time y'all have something on there that we ask that. Really the most important question about.
My layman's theory on the national debt, don't you?
No.
My layman's theory on the national debt is simply this: most of our debt is held by China, and so I think if we just keep the strongest military, it don't matter. That's the one of the biggest guns. No, we're not going to pay you right now, so just hang on.
We the normal people have to live within their means.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes the government is too. Hey, I've never called into a show before, but yesterday I said, man, I wish I could get in there and ask this question.
It's a great question, and I appreciate you calling.
Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for listening. 601-485-9191 is our talk line. Say a big thank you. We heard us talk about Doc on Love Boat, but you always hear us talk on this show about Doc's Toyota up in Philadelphia.
Absolutely. Short drive up there to Highway 16 West in Philly, or you can call ahead at 601-630-786. Of course, they got all those new Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, a good pre-owned selection there as well. And they'll work on a deal for you there at Doc's. And of course, you can always shop the wonderful inventory right there from your desktop at docstoyota.com. They got all the new used inventory, always some great specials there, especially here toward the end of the year as they get ready to usher in those 25 models as well. So service department's open right now. They'll be there till 5 o'clock today, open a few hours on Saturday as well, 8 until noon, to keep that Toyota vehicle in tip-top shape for whatever trip you're taking, because, hey, your holiday road trips are coming up for Thanksgiving and Christmas very, very soon. You want to stay ahead of maintenance on your Toyota vehicle. So drop by and see what everybody's been talking about, that bright shining star up on the hill there on Highway 16 West. That is Doc's Toyota at 601-600-3786 or online at docstoyota.com. And as we always say,
There's no deal like a Doc's deal. I love it. Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. That's our talk line. Call it right now. Good morning.
Good morning. I got 3 minutes.
You do.
I got 3 minutes.
I mean to talk. Not you should have longer than that for your life. But,
I hope so.
Yeah. I hope you got more than 3 minutes.
Oh well, I just don't want to go over into the news, but
Yeah, go ahead.
when you goals and ideals he had, why in the hell is he running as a Democrat then? Because they go completely against what he professes to believe in.
Yeah, well,
I mean, why would you support? I mean, if he's a Christian man and all this other stuff, why would you support a platform that believes in abortion?
Well, Republicans believe in abortion.
It just seems like basically things ask that man, like, why are you running as a Democrat? Because
Just within
everything they
certain
believe in
parameters.
kind of seems to go against what you say you believe in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought he came up a little bit weak on the response about Israel, because I was talking about, he was glad that everybody has a right to protest and all the rest. But one thing that Palestinian protesters don't have the right to do is damage property and assault people. However, and he used this word. He says he believed that Israel needed to fight according to international rules. And I'm thinking, you're in the Middle East. You are Israel. You're hated all around, and ain't nobody playing with international rules with you. That just kind of took me back a little bit.
Well, as many accolades as that man has, I was kind of surprised with that too.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but I'm glad you were listening.
And I appreciate him coming on because he made the trip over here yesterday,
Sure
and
did.
I've reached out to Wicker's folks, and I get zero response from them. So
Well, not a country club or
exactly.
He was running against the illustrious Wicker this time, anything Republican-wise.
No,
That's all been settled.
It's all been settled. It's just Wicker and this Pickens gentleman that was here yesterday.
Oh, geez.
No, he's not running.
No, we wish he was.
He's just running to be Lord of your life.
There you go.
There you go.
He's about it. I don't know. I mean, if y'all ever hear anything about Roger Wicker?
Well,
I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
Does he make the news?
Yeah. I do know he came over here when he was running for office.
What he's doing or what he's improving on, but the only time you hear from that guy comes election time, isn't it?
Here we are. It's up to the top of the hour, but thank you there, Lefty. Good to hear from you.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that. We're going to take a break for Fox News and come back. Stay with us. I'm Roger. He's Rob.
Life's sweet.
And welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi, West Alabama. Roger B. with Rob Atkinson.
Yeah, he stepped out again for a minute.
Ted.
Yes.
Man, you keep slipping it. How do you get past security, Tuscaloosa Ted?
Well, I got a lifetime pass into this place because y'all hear Alabama football on WOT.
Well, we do, and I believe you are probably the biggest fan of Alabama football.
Absolutely, ain't no bigger.
Is it true? Just answer honestly. Is it true that Nick Saban had to get a court restraining order against you? Were you trying to kind of get it up close to him?
No comment.
You can open up to our people. Did he really have to get a restraining order for
My
it?
attorney has told me to say no comment. But I can tell you he walks on water.
I know you adore the man. You worship the man. I get that.
Well, we named the field after him.
You sure did.
Absolutely.
So we got Bryant Stadium,
Bryant Denny Stadium and
Bryant-
Saban Field.
Bryant Denny Stadium,
Yes, sir.
and Saban Field.
Yes.
Well, what are you going to name?
And DeBoer's doing a shame to it, too, because it can hardly win on that field.
How many?
Uh,
But you've only lost how many games?
lost 2.
Ooh, okay.
But they have not been on Saban Field.
On the road.
They have not been on Saban Field.
Okay, well, at least you haven't desecrated the soil.
That's right.
At Bryant Denny Stadium.
Which that means it'll be a win tomorrow, road time.
That's a coffee spewer right there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get you that spin there.
I shouldn't be sipping coffee during Tesla's Ted segment.
Oh, don't bring her back.
I like that. I like that picture of a restraining order.
Yeah.
You need a bodyguard? I'll die for you.
Yeah. Good Lord. Lord help us.
That's a great character, by the way.
It
You
is.
keep developing that.
I know. I'm working on
Oh no, it's great. It's great. I mean, it gets me going. And we're going to take a call in just a moment, but let's tell people about our sponsor for this segment of this half hour.
the Magnolia Restaurant. Queen City Truck Stop. My wife and I had dinner there last night, as a matter of fact. So,
Hey.
So she had baked chicken. I had a hamburger steak, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And of course, today is a Friday. Yep. Fish Friday. That's right. Fried catfish fillets on the menu. Of course, they got red beans and rice, and that hamburger steak's also on the menu. And you can do the fried chicken today, or fried chicken, or fried or grilled pork chops. Man, the menu is fantastic. Or if you just want to go to the veggie plate, and folks, banana pudding does count.
Amen.
They do count it down there. Biggie Burger and Fries is another personal favorite. They got those great breakfast items to start your day. And here's the thing: when do they close down there at the Magnolia Restaurant?
Let's see. Never.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are open for you, even on some of their holidays as well. If you want to go by and get you a bite to eat. So they'll start serving that lunch menu at around 10:30 today. And if you want to get a to-go play, you can call 601-482-0259. And I got to really brag on the wait staff. They were amazing last night, and they were working hard there in the restaurant. So they're great folks. And go by and see them just off of exit 150. It's a Magnolia Restaurant inside the Queen City Truck Stop. Good folks down there.
Do you get jalapeno cornbread?
We just got regular last night. I can't tolerate too much heat. It's not too hot. I've had it in the past.
Yeah, I always got a good jalapeno.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
All righty. It's Mornings in Meridian. Our number here is 601-485-9191. Let's take a call. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, Miss Ruth.
Good morning, Ruth.
Well, I tell you, I mean, this is one of my happy days.
Hey.
I want to thank you. Yes, I want to thank you for the 2 Mississippi Jewels we had on yesterday.
The 2
And
Mississippi Jewels.
Mississippi Jewels, J-E-W-E.
Yes. Oh, you're talking about Ricky Hood, of course, with the Boys and Girls Club of
Yes, both
Mississippi.
of them. Yes, actually, if if we could.
And then Ty
think,
Pinkins,
we
candidate
get
for Senate in Mississippi.
Yes, if we could, we're hopefully, we're trying to get to the bottom, like number 50 of thing, and to just get past looking at the party you belong to. Condoleezza Rice, my hope always is that he would run for president of this country.
Wouldn't that be nice?
All right, and she's not a different Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah.
She is not. All right, and so my whole thing is that until we start looking at each other, looking at it from the same point standpoint of what you have to offer rather than what party you belong to. We're going to move forward. Now, it is so obvious that Ty Perkins is so much more qualified, superior to the present person we have there. And so what it is, so I'm going to see now, this time around, when people go to vote, whether or not they're going to go party, all right, the party thing rather than we're always talking about qualifications. Who has the best qualifications? And it is so, there is no contest between those two men, even in terms of not only achievement, but in terms of what they could do to get us off of number 50 on the floor.
So, Ruth, what you're saying.
I am so happy.
Yeah, well, that's good. I am. First of all, let me just say, I'm glad that we did something here. To make you happy.
And I've actually talked with Ty's campaign staff on numerous occasions, and of course they were on the show before when he ran for Secretary of State. And I have tried numerous times to have Roger Wicker on the program, but they have not returned any of my calls or emails. So that kind of, and I appreciate that because we like to have both Republicans and Democrats here on the program. And I like Ty. I've read Ty's book. If you haven't read it, Miss Ruth, it's a good read too, by the way. So.
Hey, Ruth, I've got an autographed copy. Would you like to buy it from me?
Good Lord. You're so awful.
So what you're saying, Ruth, what I hear you say, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and then you can continue. But what you're saying is it's okay if I'm used to voting a certain party, it's okay to cross party lines in the voting booth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I do it all the time. You remember the time when we had what's that gentleman's name that was so mesmerized, his name, like his wife was in the institution, and he was having an affair with his secretary. What was that gentleman's name? He's in it now.
You talking about Bill Clinton?
No, this is the Mississippian. Remember, he had a wife that was in the mental institution.
Are you talking?
This is what I think.
It sounds like you're trying to describe Thad Cochran a little
bit. Thad Cochran, is that who it is on? He's dead now. Is that correct?
Yeah, Mr. Cochran has passed.
Right. There were many Democrats who crossed over to vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at the two people involved because the Democrat was running. There was no contest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Democrats crossed over to vote for him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a visual that's going to make all of the difference. But the other thing that I want to point out, like today, will actually be Sunday, like in 19 or whatever years that was when we did that drug act. It was passed, and if you had if you there was a 5-year sentence if you were caught with the crack cocaine versus the powdered cocaine. You had to have about 100 times more powdered cocaine to get those 5 years. Then you got that crack or something like that. And so all of these people just piled with minority groups, mostly black, because they were the ones who could afford the crack. And the powdered cocaine cost more, and so you didn't have people going for punishment for that. They finally tried to do something to change that because they were saying there is no chemical difference between the powdered and then the rock, whatever you want to call it. And they did try to make some kind of change. I guess it was 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. This is unfair. The powdered jails with these black people is not right.
These black people. Listen to how you talk. These black.
Well, that's what it is. There were the prisons were piled up with crack because they were addicted and they were out on the streets, walking around dead.
We need to go after them powder guys. We need to go after those rich powder guys.
Yeah, those powder guys.
Yeah, we need to go after those rich powder guys. Okay, there we go.
Were in their house.
All right, there you go.
Powder guys were in their house.
Okay.
And crazy as the ones who were out on the street.
All right.
And they were not put in jail.
Okay, Ruth. Well, good to hear from you. And I'm glad. Let me just say this. I'm glad we made you happy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
No, but no,
I'm just saying. I'm glad.
No, we're gonna get we're gonna get off of the bottom of the 50th. We're gonna do it by not demonizing everybody and that kind of thing. Just look at the people who are involved, what do they have to offer, and even if they don't belong to the same party I belong to, that's what we're gonna push to get out there for us.
And I'm glad. And I'm also glad you've made me happy because you've expressed I'm glad that you are willing to cross party lines if you deem it's necessary. I know. And I'm glad to hear that. I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, you have a great Friday and a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. There you go. So,
all right.
This is a message to even Democrat voters. Don't think you have to stay down the party line. You can cross over.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's a message for both sides. All right, good deal. It's Mornings in Meridian. We're glad you're out there tuned in. You too can be part of the show. 601-485-9191. Trucker Supply right there on Highway 19. I want you to know something. We're not joking. This really is a great place to go for Christmas shopping. With all the Milwaukee tools, with all of the accessories you might need for doing some work around your house, like a pressure washer or whatever. They've got it all there at Trucker Supply.
Yeah, tick tock on those shopping days, and before you know it, you're going to look up, and it's going to be just a couple weeks before Christmas. And Trucker Supply just celebrated their 55th anniversary just this past week, and of course, folks, they have been in our community for a good number of years. The Carr family, just cannot say enough about those folks down there. Knipex tools like channel locks with steroids included down there at Trucker Supply. Of course, they got the cordless power tools. They got the great selection in Milwaukee. And my personal favorite, the Yeti products. Of course, you go to these ball games and you see everybody with their Yeti coolers and their mugs out there tailgating at their favorite college site there. And, of course, they got replacement mugs there as well, even something for your puppy dog as well. They got doggy dishes. So they have hot seat pressure washers. It has been warm the last few days. And if you've been kind of neglecting that pressure washing job, and you need to make a replacement there, Hot Seat, that's the name to go down there at Tool Central, which is Trucker Supply. Located at 519 Highway 19 South here in Meridian. Go by and see the Carr family today. Always a great special, whether it's Milwaukee or Yeti. They got it at Trucker Supply.
All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. So glad you're out there. Let's go to the phones. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, Roger.
Good morning.
Look, 2 points, maybe 2.5 points. First point is
you've got a great phone. This is
this is
wall to
great.
wall. This is great.
Well, thank you. Look, as far as fellas that don't quite understand why their wives shop, all they got to do is walk into Trucker Supply, and the light will come on. They'll understand why women do that, because guys go to a clothing store. It's boring as all get out, right? But you go into that place, you start digging in your pocket and thinking about taking a loan, because there's stuff to buy, Trucker Supply. Anyway, the second point is today is the 25th of October. It's the anniversary of the most one-sided naval engagement of World War II, when 3 destroyers, 4 destroyer escorts turned away the Japanese battle fleet off of MacArthur's Lingayen landing force. Had those battleships got into the landing force, it would have been a bloody slaughter.
Ooh, look at that.
Now, yesterday I didn't get to call you, but it was the 80th anniversary of the last surface engagement between battleships on the face of the earth.
80 years ago.
The last surface engagement.
Where battleships fought one another.
Right, I understand that. But which ships were involved, and where did this happen?
Okay, this is the beautiful part. You remember the battleships that were sunk at Pearl Harbor and were raised up and rebuilt?
I remember some of them were.
The Pennsylvania, the Tennessee, the Maryland, the West Virginia, the Nevada. Those were called the Pearl Harbor battleships. They were under Admiral Jesse P. Oldendorf. They crossed the T of Japanese Admiral Nishimura, and we wiped them out. But it was they only had 2 wagons, we had 6, but they asked for it. The second point on that battle is the fact that that's where we sank the last surviving ship that attacked Pearl Harbor. A cruiser or larger. There was, that was the last one we sunk. The Pearl Harbor Strike Force, the last one. So It was a light cruiser named Abukuma.
Abukuma.
Abukuma, that's right. Yeah, well, if you're just you're World War II guy, you know who she was. But anyway,
I think that's fascinating. Though. I mean, you realize that battleships where it became obsolete and aircraft carriers were dominating and destroyers and wow.
Mm-hmm. Guess what's going to replace your carrier? Drones.
But won't they have to have some sort of deck as well?
We got drones for a long time. We're not going to publish any time.
Yeah.
But they can stay up for a very long time. And they put them on rotation. You got to allow for transit. It's called bingo. You got to allow for bingo. Mm-hmm. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, that's the amount of power that's going to get you safely back to your vessel.
Well, how much fuel?
Power, and in this case, it'd be fuel, battery charge, or power.
Bingo fuel. Anyway, so there was just so much happened in October, and and I hate it that our young people don't know this. There's a lot of old folks that don't know it. Who's in there searching my data? I heard you. Is that Rob?
I'm not searching any data.
You rascal! He's a bowler. But if you want to check me on any of the ship names or anything, shoot, man, I told you I can't remember people's names. I can remember the hull numbers and classifications of battleships. I don't know why I can do that. It's just numbers.
And I want to remind people, when you mentioned that, if you want to kind of immerse yourself in, life in the battleship, instead of just driving by the USS Alabama down the coast, stop in and take a look at it.
Stop in, absolutely.
Let me tell you this: it smells just like a Navy ship.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's been setting up for a number of years. I walked through there, and it's amazing how much that. I remember this. That's where that came. I remember that. It's pretty wild for an old sailor like me to go back to board a battle wagon. Her transverse bulkheads were like 4 inches thick.
Yeah.
And her main deck 14 or second deck 7 inches thick, and every other deck was 4. Mm-hmm. Plus, she had a double hull. She had 17.5 inch armor plate. She's a beast.
Mm.
I forgot to ask him if he heard our interview last Thursday with that's why where are you going? Yeah.
We interviewed your military boss on our show last Thursday. I didn't know if you were listening.
For the PWO or the CAP?
The public works officer.
What was the guy's name? PWO. Yeah, he's a good kid.
Good kid.
I like it. He's young. I got children older than him.
Well, yeah,
I might even have some underwear older than that guy. Hey, they're comfortable. Yeah. Good. I like the boy. He's good. He's a good kid, but he's awful quiet on base here.
Well, he's probably quiet until it's time not to be quiet.
There you go.
That's kind of a good leader. I didn't get to hear that. I apologize, but I have been busy in a one-arm paper hanger in a windstorm.
Paper
hanger,
cat tail rocking chair, windstorm, something. I don't know. What does that say?
Yeah, I've heard all. But anyway,
it's good to hear from you, Chief. I tell you, this is good stuff.
Well, I appreciate it. If you got any questions, y'all ever run across an argument with another guy about a battleship, give me a call, Eddie Minnesota. Give me a call, and we'll have to pay up.
I will definitely.
But
you're on my first.
In there,
you're my first phone a friend when it comes to naval history.
Man, you all right. That rascal Rob, I know he was Googling. I'm going to eat him. I'm going to call him a Democrat. How about that?
Whoa!
I suggest you not get near this studio.
I'm not going to call him that. Hey, the thing where the standing VP said something about you're at the wrong rally.
Oh, yes. When somebody said Jesus Christ is Lord.
What kind of alarm bell? Think of alarm bells that set off a normal person's head. Good grief.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Totally unnecessary.
There was a cartoonist that made fun of that. It was actually Kamala Harris at the pearly gates, and as she walks up to the pearly gates, the caption there at the book says, "You're at the wrong rally."
Oh.
I was like, "Ooh, that was a big shot there."
Good.
Well, you do realize if you're a follower of Christ and you follow His word, you realize it says God will not be mocked. So. You really shouldn't step off onto that side of the realm unless you've got some powerful backing. And we only on one other entity could provide you with that. That's again the wrong side of the whole deal. So,
Well, and the weird thing about, well, not weird thing, but the shocking thing about it is that they kicked those guys out of the rally after that whole thing happened.
oh, absolutely,
So,
that's the
yeah.
answer. The
Mhm.
answer for uneducated people is to kick people out so that there's no one to oppose you.
And you knew how, if I were Kamala, how I could have maybe saved that?
Yeah.
I would have said, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and just move on. Just keep talking.
And just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't thought about that. I was a bit incensed over the statement because it was so I don't know what you want. It was soliloquy. That's a fancy word. It was dumb as heck, is what it was. You shouldn't talk about that. But anyhow, we're not going. I don't know Miss Harris. She may be a great person. I do not know, but I do not like the women's policies, and I'm voting for policy. So.
Well, that's what I hope everybody should. Now, I'm a little more shallow than that.
Oh.
I'm voting for Melania.
Well, Roger, I ain't got a dog in that fight. I'm gonna go back to doing water work. Y'all have a good day.
I like that.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see. Thank you for entertaining me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
I like how he wisely just steps away from
Yeah,
that
but
one.
he knew the business might be listening.
I'm voting for Melania.
Well, I did in 16. I did in 20. I'm going to.
Wow, look
You
at
know, and I'll say this seriously. Let me just say this seriously. I think that it should never be overlooked how disrespected she has been by the mainstream media, along with her husband.
Amen to that. And you know what puts a big boil on their rear end is that Melania Trump has the #1 New York Times best-selling book right now, or at least she did a week or so ago. And that's really got to drive you crazy to put a Trump at the top of a list like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you look at Melania Trump or Doug Emhoff. Wow.
Okay, there
That's a big difference between those two. Just ask the nanny. But anyway.
There you have
Oh,
it.
no.
There you go. Big difference there. It's Mornings in Meridian. We want to thank all the good folks out there like Martin Roofing. I want you to know something. They are top notch when it comes to putting a new cap on your house.
Absolutely, folks. I'm a satisfied customer like a lot of you are out there. And if you do need some roof repair here, Martin Roofing is the way to go. They've been doing roofing right. And I mean right. For 30 plus years now. And folks, it doesn't just start with the inspection. It goes all the way through the rest of the process, even through that cleanup. And I remember when they put the roof on our home, it was amazing just to see the finished product. And you're thinking, oh, there's going to be all that roofing material left over. No, not at all. And of course, they do shingles, metal, rubber, commercial roofing. They do it all. Call them today for an inspection, and they'll come out and check things out at your home or business. 601-485-5920. They'll be glad to help you with all your roofing needs. And of course, they are members of the Better Business Bureau. I actually saw a home here in Lauderdale County recently that had one of those little red signs out by the roadside, and that crew was up there working hard on a Thursday afternoon, getting someone's roof ready to go. And that is Martin Roofing, 601-485-5920. Call them today. That is Doug, and Stacy at Martin Roofing.
I hope it's okay for me.
No, it's fine.
She's important. She writes down the numbers.
Hey, got to have that.
And keeps the men straight.
That's right.
601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Rob and Roger and Roll Tide.
Here's our mayor from Galena,
That's right.
Mississippi.
That's right.
Oh boy, you got Ted back in the studio. Look at you. Look at you.
Okay. Well, first of all, if this is fun Tiger, I got a comment to tell you about a historical event
Sure.
that occurred back during World War II. The WW2, the big one is Archibald says. Way back then, everything was ration. The tires, rubber, sugar, and even cheese, gasoline, stuff like that, ration. Well, rubber got scarce. Now, my brother was in the Merchant Marines, and he'd served and been in there from the beginning to the end. Well, just before the end of it, came back. And of course, and his son had a pile of money, so he bought him a 1939 Chrysler 4-door sedan.
Mm.
It was a beautiful car, And of course, he's pretty much of a ladies man. And I borrowed his car one time and was got to look around, and I don't know, can't remember now why I happened to be in the back seat. We won't go into that. But I looked
Wait. No, I want to hear a little bit more about that back seat.
Well, here comes the story concerning the back seat.
No. Oh.
I looked up on the side of the upholstery, and it was safety pins and straight pins sitting in it. I thought, what in the world that come from? It dawned on me. Rubber was so scarce. Ladies' underwear was no longer made with plastic. It was a one-piece thing that folded on the side on the hip, and they held it together with straight pins and safety pins.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
I don't know anymore about how the pins got there. That was just.
I guess there were certain sacrifices during the war, weren't there?
That's right. Got to do it.
That's right. And the ladies were trying to sacrifice, keep the men happy so they could do a good job and win the war.
I love it.
Betty, what would we do about your story?
Well, on a more serious side, I asked the Democrats upstate New York that I know about the national debt. It's $38 trillion. I said, well, what do you think about the national debt? Oh, that's nothing even to worry about. But that was his comment. But
Okay.
I was thinking about when was the government budget balance. There's only one man in 1993 to 2001 it balanced the budget. And I don't remember now what the national debt was, but can you remember who the president was?
Who balanced the budget?
And was president in 1993 to.
Yeah, that was Bill Clinton.
Absolutely right. He did balance the budget. Had to give him credit for that.
He did do that. That's right. The deficit. He eliminated the deficit there for a while. Yeah.
Right. Now, do you know what the national debt was at that time?
Oh, it was probably like maybe $1 trillion, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. I know Ronald Reagan, when he's president, he said in about, I think it's next 10 years, if the trend don't change, the national debt will be $14 trillion. And we thought that was not a number then, but look at it now, 38 trillion growing. Nobody wants to address it. And you talk about Roger Wicker. I don't know if I need to say anymore. Just mention his name. I think everybody knows what a representative he is. And I've called him, and I asked him a question, I never got an answer, and I never get a response.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Mr. Benny, I looked up some information here for you. It says the national debt in 1993 was $4.4 billion. That was a 150% increase from 1980 when per capita debt was lower. However, a large portion of the debt was owed to the federal government itself or to federal trust funds like Social Security. This intergovernmental debt is essentially a zero-sum game, so the net effect on the federal balance sheet is zero. The Clinton administration's economic boom, tax increases, and reduced defense spending helped to slow the growth of the debt. By 2000, though, the debt had reached $5.6 trillion at the end of his second term.
good.
So that shows you the increase from when he went in to when he exited the office.
you talked about the programs that cost the country 52% of our budget.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include Social Security?
I believe it does. I'm going to do some more research on that. It was a graph that Fox News had put up there earlier this morning. That back in 1970, less than 1% of Americans were reliant upon government assistance, and that number has jumped now to 53%. I'm not sure if it includes Social Security or not, but still, that's a pretty large increase, obviously, from 1970 to just a couple of years ago.
And to think that the state of Mississippi spent 190 million of taxpayers' dollars just to support the illegal immigrants in the state of Mississippi. People, what are you thinking about?
And of course, Mr. Benny, they also too diverted funds from FEMA into funding help with illegal immigration too. That's why a lot of the folks in North Carolina, other places, can't get help right now. So,
well, they got to get the money from somewhere.
That's right.
And one comment I want they don't have a lot to brag about their agenda, what they're going to do for the country, except bash Donald Trump. That's all that's their main agenda. Bash Trump, bash Trump. And he's the only man that can stand up and say he did do something positive for the country when he was in power. And the Democrats, the Republicans, was his biggest at that time. They fought him all the way, and Roger Wicker was on top of the list.
Well, I can tell you one thing about Mr. Trump. All of the words they're using right now, you know how much it phases him? Zero. Because it's bashed for years now. going on 8, 9, 10. So I think he's kind of used to it now.
Well, what bothers me is how many of the American voters listen to that rhetoric and believe it. And I've heard of hardline Democrats say, well, I'm disappointed the Democrats can't vote for him. I say, what about Trump? Well, I'm just not going to vote for anybody.
Yeah, that's the worst cop out you can hear because obviously you're just not participating.
Well, and the thing about it is that is going to be the attitude of a lot of Democrats going into the election coming up on November the 5th. Guess who that helps out in the long run here? Trump.
Oh, well, yeah, Trump out, but the thing is, everybody that's sitting on the fence can make up their own mind and listen to the facts and discern the facts. That, they just listen to what mainstream news media puts out. They don't do any thinking. They don't do any digging around to find out what the true facts are.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, that's my thought. Oh, one more. Saturday night.
Hey, W.
Yeah, after the party is over, we had 12 of us at the party went to the Magnolia restaurant to unwind, sit there and talk about this, that, and the other. Everything with politics and enjoy some of that magnificent coffee and potato chips. French fries, right? Onions, French fries, gravy. And that's the best coffee in town.
I love it.
There you go.
That ended a perfect day. So with that talk, I hope everyone has a great day.
Yeah, that's the way to start a weekend.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Mornings in Meridian. We'll take a quick break. Come back. I'm Roger. He's Rob. And you are you. Girls do. Yeah, welcome back, Roger, along with Rob on this Friday morning. Just want to say a happy birthday to Mark Miller. He's from Sawyer Brown's group, 66 years old today. So there's some birthdays. Hey, Katy Perry.
And purr.
You should hear her roar. She's 40 years old today. All righty. Did you know that Perry grew up with a strict Pentecostal Christian parent? I don't know if they're trying to, take a swipe at Christianity, but it's saying here that she grew up with a strict Pentecostal Christian parents, and she wasn't even allowed to watch the Smurfs.
Wow.
Or read Harry Potter.
And look at her now.
I was going to say, and look at her now. There you go. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Anyway, happy birthday. Now, is this true?
What?
Is this real news?
Uh-oh.
Marion Ross is 96. Is she still alive?
I thought she was gone.
We got to check our sources here. We got to be careful here.
That's terrible.
You remember?
Got a birthday there. Are they still here? I didn't know.
She played Mrs. Cunningham on Happy Days.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be checking that out while you talk about our good friends at Premier Paint and Body Shop.
Absolutely. Ty Booker is
They're still here.
Yeah, they're still here. Yeah, Ty Booker, the amazing staff. I'd say it's going on 100 years combined experience down there in the shop and the office. I tell you what, they're amazing. Now, they like new results. No job is too small or too large for the folks down at Premier Paint and Body. And if it's just a little minor bump or it's a big fender bender, they can get you squared away. They do auto body repair and painting, automotive glass replacement. They'll give you a free estimate. And I know the challenge of working with the insurance folks, I know that can be a minefield for you right there, but Premier Paint and Body can walk you through that very simple and they accept all those payment methods, a credit card, of course, cash, you name it, they got it down there in the shop. They can get you squared away. Next to Johnson Dodge, Highway 39 North in Meridian. They're open right now till 5, and they're there Monday through Friday. 601-482-PAINT. That's 601-482-7246, 1210B. Highway 39 North in Meridian, right next door to Johnson Dodge. Just Ty Booker and the staff at Premier.
Still with us.
She's still here.
96 years old, and I'm looking at a picture of her in 1961. Oh, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. I just, we were talking about cruises earlier.
Yeah.
Tom Papa, one of my favorite comedians, he's talking about cruises, and he's sitting there. He spends a couple minutes talking about cruise lines.
Oh, gosh.
And he says, hey, everything that you do on a cruise, you can do on land. Water slides and all the rest and all the rest. So here's his take on that.
It's all here. You don't need to go to the middle of the ocean where you do not belong. With 2,000 other people floating around on a giant white toilet.
That's about right.
That's all those boats are. Horrible toilets ruining the seas. What does everybody talk about on those dumb boats? Oh, the food. Oh, my God. 7 meals a day. They take your 3 meals. They add 4 more to it. Yeah, great. And what does everybody do? Waddle off to the room and take a dump in the sea.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is that not funny or what?
Yeah, that's right.
Come on.
I can't disagree.
We're going to go eat tonight at the cruise buffet.
7 meals a day.
Big, ugly, fat folks eating together all at once.
Buffet. If you're a cruise goer, no offense, please.
I've never been on one.
I've not been on one.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I've never done that before.
Closest I've come is spending the night on the Eisenhower and aircraft carrier, and also the USS Truman aircraft carrier. That's the closest I come to cruising. Let me tell you something right now. That is what you want to see. That's the kind of cruise I'm talking about. Young men and women out there defending this country.
Go eating that mess hole.
I did, and it's pretty good food.
I bet it was.
Yeah, we ate in the officers' dining room as well, which was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the mess wasn't bad either when we mingled with the sailors.
Like it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a great opportunity. If you ever get an opportunity to go aboard a ship, do it. That's a be a fun thing to do. All right, Mornings in Meridian. We're glad you're out there. And by the way, Rob, let me just mention that I paid a visit to our great advertiser yesterday, Purvis Business Machines.
How's that showroom looking?
Oh, let me tell you what. It is full of lease return copiers. Let me just say this. The store still looks like it was just built yesterday.
Isn't that amazing?
Nice and clean, just beautiful. And he's got all these lease return copiers. A lot of them are black and white copiers, so if you don't have to have color, you can come and get a great selection of to but also saw Don Lucas.
Hey.
Yeah. Talked to Jerry, of course, and Don Lucas, and told him about some, we want to come check one of our copiers here we have in the front office. So they come to do that. And told him about my one at home. And I said, I need a new cartridge. And he said, well, maybe not. It might be something different wrong with it. So let me come out and check it out. So he's going to come out to the house, look at that. That's just what they do. If you need service, don't hesitate. Call them, give them that number that's on the front of the copier there, and let them just provide what they do for all these years since 1979. Great service from Purvis Business Machines.
That model number is 6854.
I just printed something on that just a moment ago.
I just read off the model number on the front because it's just right there on the front of that red, white, and blue sticker. So
that's it. So Purvis Business Machines, folks, right there at 4505 Highway 39. Give them a call, 601-693.
Copy.
That'll get it. Purvis Business Machines.
Or online, gopurvis.com.
I was on their website. Great website there.
Good stuff. I like it.
It's just that easy. Well, here we are. We're at the end of the show on this Friday. Wow.
Yeah.
It's gone pretty fast here.
Absolutely, folks. Of course, a lot of things going on this weekend around the country with this campaign. Of course, Trump is going to have his big rally there at Madison Square Garden this weekend. And that's going to be a scene to see over the weekend. So, of course,
that's the one that Hillary was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, we're coming up. Can you believe it, Roger? We're coming up on almost a week out.
We're getting there. Let me ask you this: what do we still have a show after that? Do we still do our morning show after the election?
Yeah, I'm wondering to see if a certain individual wins. How many people are going to be locked up in prison camps and everything else. So I'm wondering how all that's going to work out. So if the election goes that way,
mercy me!
Don't buy into the fear, folks. Use your brain. Use common sense here. So
I think Ricky Hood said it best at Rotary when he said he didn't want to get into politics, because when you get into politics, you have to lie.
Yeah, there you go.
He said that.
I like it.
He came close to saying it right here on the show, but he said that at Rotary. They don't mind me telling you that. Anyway, it's been a good day. Have a great day. Remember, have a good weekend. And remember, God bless and buy local.